Recreational outrage. Recreational outrage. Recreational outrage. Recreational outrage. Recreational outrage. Recreational outrage. Recreational outrage.
Oh, we can talk about that. This is a wonderful topic.
Yeah.
There's so much happening in the wide world of Denver sports right now, and then also whatever the Rockies are up to.
Yeah. They were packed last night, dude. I don't know how.
They're packed, dude. They're always
I hate that fucking team. It's the best bar in Denver.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the
longest line in Denver.
the Denver's longest rooftop bar.
Yeah.
Coors Field.
It is. I've been once so far. I'll be honest. The free onions, you know, like the giant tub of onions, not bad.
They do that?
Oh, like just raw onions? To put
Yeah,
on your
'cause
hot-
you can just-
Are
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Are you just eating the onions?
I mean,
You have like a spoon?
That laugh wasn't a no. Yeah, no. It looks like it's got like the torso of like a man.
Oh,
yeah.
That is
Yeah,
it is like
I never really looked at it. Look how fucked up that horse
this
is.
guy.
never noticed that.
That is a man's torso, and then
Is it? Like
maybe
though?
it looks like they were drawing a person, and then like
It's
went,
like a very,
fuck.
looks like a really lumpy torso.
When they got to the head, they went, oh shit, that's right. It's
Why
a
have
horse.
I always thought it was holding a torch?
Because the snort, I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, the snort.
Until
either
now,
way.
I've always thought it
Well,
a
like
torch.
you just don't look
yeah.
at the horse, but man, that horse is fucked up.
It's a
man.
fucked up horse. We've had a lot of fucked up horses. Actually, I would wager we've never had a non-fucked up looking horse in Broncos history. Everyone's
Yeah.
Well,
the
the-
current one's great. I love him.
The current. You're talking about the logo?
I'm talking about the mascot himself. He's,
Oh, the mask. I mean, that's a horse. He's fine. Like,
he's like finally like at least this one they're like, oh, it's a scary
but
big
that's like
horse.
for a kid. I mean, who cares? Like this. I'm talking about like the logo version of the horse.
Yeah.
The current version we have is like too perfect because it came
Too
out
perfect.
Yeah, because it came out like right around when it became like super popular to use computers to do graphic design.
Good point.
And so all of the line work and everything is like very early CAD type stuff.
Sure.
It's like everything's pointy.
Yeah.
And like it has like a non-human like quality to it.
Yeah.
Which
Almost
was
like
cool at the time, but like
uncanny valley kind
a
of stuff.
a little bit, but it's just too perfect. It's, you know what I mean? Like,
I will say, and also choosing
but in the wrong way.
Yeah.
the way that they went with like
Say that about ladies.
Yeah, right.
She's
went
just
with,
too
like-
perfect in the wrong ways.
Yeah, right.
horizontal neck was such an odd choice for the horse.
Well, I gotta
The horse can be going. We could go up. We could have just done it, but we went with
Head on, face on, yeah.
Well, I guarantee, like their thought process was they wanted it to fit best on the helmet.
Sure. Okay.
So like they're following the contour of the helmet. It kind of dips down around like the ear hole, right? But then like it looks weird on car. Everyone's used to it, so you don't really think about it anymore.
Yeah.
But it's like not a great logo. There's like not a there's like not a lot to like love about it.
I think I saw Ryan Konigsberg's post something today of someone who had one. Do you like this?
You got to run right there.
got it
See?
right here, yeah.
I mean, it's
Had
fine.
it going upside down on his truck. Had it
Yeah.
going the wrong way.
It just looks like what you wake up with if you fuck off with the mafia.
Is that right? Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Wake
Like,
up,
it's
wake
got
up in the morning
head.
with a
Look at
horse
it.
head beside you.
Let's talk about the graphic design.
Yeah.
There's about 7 different colors.
This is man. That's like this is the height of that era. Like
Yeah.
This is beautiful.
Well,
classic
listen,
90s.
listen. I mean, I like the problem with something like that is that when you can be like, oh man, that's so 90s,
Yeah.
you know, which is good if you like the 90s.
Sure.
But like I went through the 90s as an adult.
Sure.
And like I hate it.
Yeah.
I don't like anything.
I understand.
And now it's like come back, and so it's cool. But like I'm like I know how this ends.
I bet.
Yeah.
Like I've seen this movie before. Like everyone like they get too into it. It gets too like the Janko jeans get wider and wider,
Oh, I know.
and then you hit your logical end, and then you're like, what are we doing?
Everything
all
gets
the
way too
cyan.
baggy.
Yeah, no, like that's called maximalism. That's
that what it is?
maximalism. Yeah, and it's cool. I listen. I appreciate it. It's just like I know how it ends.
Yeah.
I know how this movie
I
ends.
bet.
And then everyone overdoses.
They all overdose.
And George Bush is president.
Yeah, like no one can just like hang out in the middle. Whatever, it's fine.
Did we start?
We could start whenever.
Oh.
I do think we should try to do an actual intro.
Yeah, let's intro.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we play the music?
I do have it.
Okay, that makes sense. Should we play the intro music for the intro?
Yeah. You ready? Oh, damn it.
see?
It's not hooked up.
That's all right.
I haven't yet.
You added in post, dude.
Yeah, I didn't.
Anyway, welcome to Recreational Outrage. My name is Dylan Kantor.
I cannot get that right.
We've got a great show today planned.
do, yeah.
Evan Davis is returning.
Howdy.
How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. I'm super excited.
Hell yeah. Happy to have you here, dude. Evan Fitzgerald is here.
Too many
Yeah.
Evans.
Hell yeah.
I know. It is 2 Evans.
2 Evans.
An even
Evan,
amount of Evans.
Evan squared. And then big guest, I feel like, very excited to have him here. Eric Wedum of DNVR, also known as D-Line Co., also known as the Denver Man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Man himself.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
For somebody that didn't have any nicknames for his entire life,
There's so
and I
many
have,
now.
8. It's very weird. But I like didn't really. None of them were my. I didn't plan any of them.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the best nickname.
Yeah.
Is that the
Denver
best
Man.
nickname?
That's
Is
how they do it
Is
in-
D-Line Co. the best nickname?
D-line. It's certainly an earned nickname. Someone gave it to you.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I-
it's like,
I
I don't
named
think
my
every.
company- I named my company D-Line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then nobody, like, when I met Adam, like, none of them wanted to learn my name. So they just called me. And so then it just stuck. And I was
Yeah.
like, all right, fuck it. I'm D-Line.
I
Let's
did
go.
think for the longest time, I thought your name had to be something like Daniel.
Yeah, dude.
David.
No, listen. This is what I always say. I'm like, D-Line would make sense if my name was Derek Linen.
Yeah.
Or you
Something
played a
like that,
defensive
like-
lineman.
Yes, but my name's Eric Wedum. there's no connection of any kind. But there wasn't supposed to be.
Yeah.
I think it's like in like native culture, like the people don't get to choose their chief names. You know, it's just given to them. It's
There you
thrust
go.
upon them.
I remember I was listening when I first started listening to DNVR. You were on a podcast, and they said in the title it says D-Line.
Yeah.
And then as they're referring to you in the podcast, they're saying Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
What the? Yeah.
that Eric guy sounds so much like D-Line. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Why isn't he speaking up? Though?
Yeah, for the guy that's literally in charge of all of the branding of the network, I've done a very, very bad job branding myself. It's very confusing. I didn't try though, man. Like I don't know. Like I don't know how this happens,
I
but
feel like AKAs are pretty cool though.
okay, yeah, no, I've got like multiple parens in my name now. on
Is the
Twitter.
Denver Man a new one?
Yeah, so Denver Man that happened this year. I don't even know if
Yeah.
you saw, but like
Like the news, right?
I like
Local
they
Denver man, yeah,
They
yeah.
interviewed me, and they were like,
Yeah.
the headline said, "Denver Man says."
Like Florida man, but Denver man.
Yes. Well, and it happened like right before the finals where we
Right.
were playing Miami. And it was like nothing but Florida Man versus Denver Man. So
Yeah.
it was like, all right, let's go.
What would be some Denver Man headlines?
Oh, true. Man spills granola.
Forgets his food in the drive-through.
Squirrels are happily treated.
Yeah. Like Denver Man recycles.
Yeah. Yeah.
15
It's like not nearly as
injured.
good. It's not like eating faces off like
Yeah.
15 injured and fatal longboard pile up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Denver man loses elf bar
Yeah,
on
like-
Lincoln Avenue.
Denver Man slightly perturbed at line at Whole Foods.
Denver man adopts pair of hiking boots from Mark.
Good stuff.
Saves disc golf from tree.
Yeah.
I could do this all day.
Yeah. I've done that my whole life. I have done that.
Denver man gets into Trader Joe's, quoted as saying, "I didn't know the line went anywhere. I just thought this is what we all do."
Can we talk about? Can we just talk about Trader Joe's?
Let's
for a
talk about it.
I've never even been in a
Dude,
Trader
I don't
Joe's.
understand Trader Joe's.
Everyone is so the whole thing is they're so nice and they make their own things. That's their whole thing.
I know, but it's like every time I go to Trader Joe's, I'm like, and then I leave, I'm like, do I have a meal here? Like what? I have like, I'm like always feel like I'm stocking up for a party that I'm not throwing or invited to. It's like you just like leave with like crackers and like
A bunch of loose ends for like
yeah,
a
dude.
trail
I'm like,
day.
is this? And if you buy produce or meat from there, it like goes bad immediately.
I've never gotten anything I need. At
Nobody. No, that's it's like ancillary grocery store. It's like Geico. It's like you add it on top of
Everything else.
of your insurance.
It's a place that makes you feel good about buying a frozen pizza.
Do you feel good?
This is a
I
Trader-
guess so. Yeah, you do because you're like
Joe's frozen pizza.
right.
And they
Those are
like
real
changed up
ingredients.
because they had like Trader Jose's and stuff, like the,
Yeah, they got
the
in trouble for
brand
that.
or whatever.
They got in
did?
trouble.
Yeah. Well, they did that.
Oh,
All of
Joe's.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Yeah, I'm sure they got in trouble for that. Yeah.
they did. They did.
It would have been funny if they leaned in further. They're just like Joe Mama's.
All 5 guys who run Trader Joe's in Portland going, God, I can't believe that didn't work.
Hell yeah, dude. We are very glad to have you on. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Like,
Obviously, it's been a good, like, exciting time for sports.
oh, give me a break.
Denver.
Oh, dude.
Best time ever, I feel like.
I've never felt as alive as a Denver sports fan I am.
Bro, the Nuggets one?
Dude,
Yeah.
come on.
Are
That
you
one,
kidding me? The Nuggets one? The championship?
That was insane.
The basketball championship? The real one?
The
Like,
real one, like, back to back, following the Avs, I kept saying this. I kept saying the Avs win felt spiritual. That was like a release. The Nuggets chip, that was personal. I've never, the shit talking,
Oh, yeah.
the high ground.
I've seen you on Twitter swinging at folks.
I've never tweeted anything. Actually.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. But oh my God, like there's like one thing about the slander and the Avs, and like, yeah, there's shit talking in football, but the NBA shit talking.
yeah, dude. Okay, let me let you in on a little secret.
Yeah.
The NBA is marketed for children, and so they lean into the dumbest part of sports. And so
Right.
all it is people yelling at each other, and then they just like focus on the social media interactions. And they're like, and then at a certain point, you're like, do you care about the sport? Like, they don't care about the sport. But yes, the Nuggets, we just recently did a ranking of the most ethical championships ever won.
Yeah.
Denver Nuggets, number one.
Absolutely.
Number one. Hell
Most
yeah.
ethical championship
100%.
ever won. They did it the complete right way. There's nothing you can't poke a single hole.
No.
Unless you. The only thing that people will try to say now is they played an 8 seed in the finals, which is not our fault. We can't, how is that our fault? That's the best team in the East. Like, what do
We
you
played the team.
get
that
a better
made it-
conference?
Yeah,
Sorry
I
they
agree.
beat
We-
Boston. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, sorry,
We-
every other team is worse than Miami. Miami didn't try last year because they were injured, and then they turned it on at the end.
Oh, you beat the other team that made it to the NBA Finals. That's a weak championship. What do you mean?
Yeah, and it's like they expect us to forget that like they chose Phoenix, they chose the Lakers. Some of them chose Minnesota even.
chose-
Some of them said
They
that.
chose everybody.
Yeah.
We just went about our business was so clean and
It was
so
so.
taut.
Yeah.
It was.
The ethics were unimpeachable, and for that
100%.
reason, we did it better than everybody else. Our championship is the best. Everyone else can suck our dick.
This
Yeah.
I agree.
Clean win, dude. A
We
clean win
slaughtered.
is.
We slayed some demons along the way.
Oh,
we didn't
yeah.
slay
Getting-
demons. We murdered the
That's
Lakers.
so
Yeah.
true. Beating the Suns. God, Suns in 4 guy was seared into my mind for 2 years straight, and I
Same.
haven't thought about him in months.
Do you know he's from here?
Wow.
He lives here. That's crazy.
He's
It's so sad.
mad, huh?
Yeah.
No, that was this. All of this was.
That buildup was so fun. It was crazy exciting. I mean, I was messaging Dylan every single day because, like, I'm not originally from Denver. So, like, to jump in on people who were huge
just-
Nuggets fans their whole lives
Listen,
and have
man.
never seen this.
My official stance on anybody that comes to the Mile High City and moves here, if you adopt one of our teams in earnest, you immediately become a native. And you're one of
yes.
us.
Yeah,
That's it.
Why would you choose
If you carry the banner along with us, like, you're welcome.
Why would you
That's
choose
it.
this? I
If you
mean-
come and then you tell us that the Lakers are good, you can get the
Fuck that.
Away from
Yeah.
me. Talk to me. Yeah, no.
No.
And like, that Lakers chip too. I think nobody else outside of like Nuggets fans knew why that Lakers series was so
Yeah.
pivotal. Never mind but just the history of those teams, but oh my God, I saw Kobe Bryant vanquish this team.
Oh, yeah.
So many times.
Oh, I mean, the Nuggets literally had never beat the Lakers
Yeah.
in the playoffs. Never
It
one
was
time.
ridiculous. And then you throw on top, you talk about the most ethical, like you want the proof, like the good guys are the guys who win.
Yes, dude.
What happened in the Eastern Conference? We see Nikola Jokic's supposed biggest rival, Joel Embiid, win an MVP and then flame out as Jokic is breaking Wilt Chamberlain's records. Who wrote this?
It is crazy because like
What a good story.
Yeah.
I love it. More.
because Jokic didn't like when he won his last MVP, he could have flamed out against the Suns and he still averaged what like 35, 17, and 11.
Scored 53 in one of those games.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
He would-
It's crazy.
Nikola Jokic is the greatest thing that's ever happened to Denver, Colorado.
I
Nobody
agree.
has like fully acknowleded it yet. Like we're
I
just
think
starting to. Well, like we have. We're idiots.
Yeah.
The city at large hasn't quite hit them what they have here in Nikola Jokic. He's the most special player I've ever seen.
I feel like we're traumatized having the last time somebody was all like painted up like the Joker. It scared everybody.
wow.
Wow. That got super dark.
That's so true.
I know exactly where you're going with that. That's dark as hell.
100%.
Yeah, but
Sorry,
no. Listen, hey, come on.
I'm not from here.
But I don't know, man. He just is like, you can't poke holes in the Nikola Jokic argument. I've never seen this before, where all of the biggest detractors of a player came out and apologized.
Yeah, never before. Yeah.
Yo, that never happened. Like, if LeBron James wins, I find every excuse in the world to try to counter or just to nag at his greatness.
Right.
Which, even though I know it's true, they were like, God damn it.
I saw James fucking Marilat say sorry.
Yeah, dude.
Which is insane.
Dude, I saw Sixers fans saying sorry.
I saw Sixers fans.
Lots of them.
And
Lakers fans.
I've never seen like an agenda war end as decisively as that one.
Literally never happened.
That was
never.
That was so like they will be debating Kobe and MJ till the end of time.
It really was like, I mean, you guys have said it a bunch on your show, but like every agenda that was against the Nuggets literally was just wiped away throughout the playoffs.
So now we have to scramble to find some new reason.
And it's that we beat an 8th seed.
Is that we beat an 8th seed. If you just follow it logically for 1 second in time, which of course, but like if you're using that, you're not trying to be logical. You're trying to like be an asshole.
It's like, the 8th seed you lost to. Yes, I know.
Yeah.
They were in the finals with us. Yes, I understand.
I'm always like, what was the team? Who was the team they were supposed to beat? Because they beat LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Jimmy Butler,
Kevin Durant, Devin Booker.
Like, these are all players that everybody mentions are so important.
Right.
Like, they beat them.
But significant, and like without any doubt, there was no like, could have swung either way. It was without a doubt we were the better team. They were the better team.
The Suns had one of the only instances of like me being like, holy shit, they were the better team tonight.
Yeah.
Every other loss that
it was really just Devin Booker was shot 80%.
80%.
Yeah.
Like okay.
But like the catharsis of every
weirdest thing that didn't keep up. That was strange.
There was, there was tearing up Jokic in the pick and roll. This was a fun narrative to see torn apart. But my favorite thing that I saw, I think you saw it happen 3 times in a row, was the fans of the upcoming series looking at the shooting numbers for the Nuggets and going like, that must have been the fakest shooting performance.
It's not going to keep happening.
And they 2.5 months they did it.
Yeah.
Dude, Skip Bayless tweeted at somebody. He's like, I've never seen somebody grease in so many shots before. Like, this can't keep up about Jokic. I was like, bro,
this has been happening.
Could you just like watch one? Just watch one game.
Watching it since 2016.
What do you think that like aversion to just giving the props?
So the Denver Nuggets are a brand that is equivalent to failure. For the up until like you look at the Nuggets the way you look at like
so brutally put,
but it's like you look at like the Cleveland Browns or you look at like the Orlando Magic.
It's like a punchline.
These teams that are just like so it's accepted that they are just there to get beat up on. They're like the Washington Generals, and that's how like they just never even came close to winning the title for so long that no one acknowledged them as a real basketball team.
One of our,
it's just like so easy to discount anything good that comes from them. It's just like, oh, that's cute. You know?
The iconic playoff moments for the Nuggets that you're looking at like Chauncey Billups comes back to Denver and leads them to the conference finals. You're looking at like Dikembe Mutombo. Gets them out of the first round against the first seed. You know what I mean? You're looking at Alex English digging into the conference finals to get his ass beat by Magic Johnson. Like it's
right.
The banner was that ABA conference final championship.
Yeah. So
that was the bar.
So it's like really easy to discount anything that is Nuggets or is about Nuggets until fucking now. This is like why it's so important because the city of Denver got another legitimate team.
Yeah.
Like it's like we just got like an expansion team that just showed up, and it like when the Avalanche just showed up and they were good and they were like respected immediately. That's basically what just happened with the Denver Nuggets. Like they just arrived after 50 years.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. Yeah, I mean, like you can love the history, you can love the team. You know, you can spit up to like Abdul Rauf. You can
there's cute stuff. There's interesting stuff. There's been important stuff.
I think that's what Nuggets history has been footnote history.
Dr.
J won the ABA championship against the Denver Nuggets.
Dude,
Like
nobody
trivia question.
But
trivia
nobody
answers.
cares about nationally is
Right.
why. Like outside of Denver, I mean, people in Denver care, but like outside of there, it's easy to discount the Denver Nuggets. Like,
I've always thought that Nuggets had the most merch, and maybe I'm wrong on that. But I thought around town, I always saw more Nuggets merch.
But
than I thought
you've been here since the rise of Jokic,
this is the
though.
rebrand.
Yeah,
Everyone's got a Broncos thing in this town.
yeah.
Yeah,
If you grew up here.
Before
that's the oldest merch I see.
before Jokic, even with Melo, it was still very much like everyone is a Broncos fan, and the
You know
Nuggets
what I
are there.
loved when
You
I
know what
drive
mean? Yeah.
Jersey.
when you drive down south too into like the desolate cities,
Yeah.
you see like Broncos flags everywhere.
Yeah, dude.
They're hardcore, even in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Especially in the middle of nowhere. That's, dude, that's football country.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, no, that's what they got going. That's
Yeah, dude.
and that was the Denver identity, I feel like, for
It's still in
Yeah.
most people's eyes is. It's just
I
like
think so,
the Broncos are down right now, but the NFL is so much more popular than the NBA.
it is.
It is crazy, like how, because you guys, I feel like, do such a better job covering sports than the national people do, because it's like you have shows for everything, and it is crazy how, like the NBA, like the NFL. If the Nuggets were an NFL team, there's no way the NFL wouldn't be putting them front and center.
Of
Wouldn't
course.
be, and then the NBA, it's like
Completely
they're
different business model, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, why is it a complete? Why? That's
course.
the dumbest thing ever. So my theory, my feeling on this is that the NBA realizes they've already lost the war in this for this generation. Like, you cannot convince people that are our age and above that, like, they should get more into basketball than they are into football, because it's just so deeply ingrained into who they are and what they like.
Yeah.
That they're like, you know what? Fuck it. We're going for the TikTok generation. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to capture all of these young people and have basketball be something that they look up to. And then when they get old enough to actually start caring about the sports, like, we'll already have their hearts and minds.
Of course.
So they've just leaned in so hard to social media. They dominate social media. It's not even
Easy.
close.
No, yeah, easy. 100%.
Yeah. So, but it's
I've always
miserable.
thought NBA. Maybe it's just from the people I've like looked up to, but I felt like comedians were always fans of the NBA more than I've heard of like NFL.
It depends. I mean, it's like if you're like in LA
Or, like,
something,
actors
I mean,
or-
like, but most comedians are in coastal cities,
Right.
Yeah.
It's
Totally.
like,
Yeah.
I
it's
think,
like
yeah.
New York and LA.
That goes a
and,
long way.
That has a lot to do.
Heard.
That's basketball culture areas.
Totally. And local iconography, like NBA jerseys, I think the merchandise contributes to that a lot. And I also know that the NBA was, Nike and
Yeah.
Jordan and everything. Like, one of the first few to really get in on that merchandising kind of game. And, like,
Yeah.
that
dude.
goes
How
a long
long
way.
till I
like,
can get a jersey?
Get it. I mean, they're
you can buy
available.
one anytime.
They're available.
Yeah.
You can make it happen for yourself right now.
But it's not like bandwagoning.
No.
No, get a
Okay.
jersey.
bro,
Oh, you're
I-
asking like, okay, I see.
Are you
As somebody-
are you allowed to buy a jersey?
allowed to
Yeah, I
do you
mean, I
like-
don't want to
Yeah.
look
Do
like
you
a
like the
poser.
guy?
I'm told. No, what did you? If you had adopted the Denver Nuggets into your heart and your mind, and you became a native that day, you can buy a jersey to commemorate that.
I think I've spent
Absolutely.
more time talking about the Nuggets this year than I spent talking to my family.
Well, they're great. Way better use of time.
That
Way
might
better
be
use of
partly
time.
my fault. But yeah,
Yeah, I actually bought my first jersey. I got a Serbia jersey,
that's
Wow.
and
That's sick as hell.
yeah, it's cool. But I'm bandwagoning. So
sick. You recently
Oh,
went to,
bandwagon Serbia. Easy, yeah.
you recently went to Serbia, right?
Yeah, dude.
What was that like?
Serbia's cool. Like,
Yeah.
So Yugoslavia is what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it broke up into a bunch of different independent republics.
Right.
I thought, for a moment, I thought you meant, Yugoslavia is not what it used to be.
Well, that's also very true. That's also very true.
Back in the day.
But like Serbia turned it, there's like Slovenia and Montenegro and Croatia and like Albania and like all of these like area, Kosovo. But Serbia's like, they're landlocked.
Yeah.
And they're like the one that's on the outside that it butts up against like Turkey and stuff.
Okay.
They're basically on the line between the Muslim world and the Christian world.
Interesting.
So they're like,
Sure.
they get bombed
That's a good
all
one.
the time.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Bombed.
Yeah,
Like,
okay,
they've
wow.
rebuilt Belgrade 40 times.
Sure.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's
Dude,
crazy.
it's-
Oh, there's
Wild.
some
So-
crazy history in that region.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's cool. Like, those people are incredible, but they are, like everybody kind of looks down at them a little bit. Like they don't have, because their architecture is like not as beautiful and ornate as
Well, it got
Western
blown
Europe.
down 20
it
years
keeps
ago.
getting blown the fuck up. Yeah, dude, like all the architecture in Paris took like 100 years to create, and in Belgrade they're like, oh fuck, they gotta rebuild it again. They're like, just get it up, just get it up.
That's fine, right?
But it's like, I mean, the people there are unbelievable. They're so like they're dope. I love those people.
Yeah, very welcoming.
Dude, they're like ridiculously welcoming.
Yeah. So you went to the basketball game, right? Which is like
I went to the Derby.
Derby,
Is that what you're talking about? Because we also went to Greece versus Serbia.
I see. Yeah, that was when you guys did the documentary, right?
Documentary.
But this last time you went to like
I went to the Eternal Derby.
Okay, is that what it's called? The Eternal Derby.
Yes, is the one you always hear about. The soccer, the football, and the basketball.
Oh, okay.
So it's between Partizan and Red Star.
And these are both teams within Serbia.
Those are both teams within Belgrade.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
It's like not exactly, but it kind of, the history is like Partizan is like the police team, and Red Star is the army team.
That's okay.
This is
Cool.
like-
So if you
the-
choose, so it's like picking like, police versus army.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching
Yeah.
college football, Air Force versus Army.
Yeah.
Okay, word.
So like the Red Star, but it's not exactly. They
course.
like they'll explain to you. It gets murky, but
Yeah.
that's kind of what the genesis is. But they have like this like super heated rivalry, and they like, I mean, this is the other thing. Like they live in like a portion of the world that is sometimes like pretty aggressive, and like
Right.
their aggression.
So they get
gets
bombed a
spilled
lot,
out
so
into
they need it.
sports.
Yeah.
So they get fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I went to the game. So the game was this was Partizan was hosting the game.
Okay,
And they wouldn't even let the Red Star fans in.
that's crazy.
You couldn't
Oh
even go
my
in.
God.
You couldn't. So it was 100% Partizan fan. Wow. And the bench for Red Star had like a cage over it.
Protect them. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And you know who was on Red Star?
Faku. I saw. Yeah.
And you know who was on Partizan? Dante Exum.
Oh wow.
No shit.
Okay.
Yeah, what? It was super weird. Everyone was smoking.
What a
like,
random cat.
Lighting,
That's
At the, end,
amazing.
at the end, they started lighting flares. I mean, they look like bonfires, but they're just like flares.
That's
but,
Yeah.
like,
insane.
and everybody's singing in real time. And then, like, the Serbians were like, you don't want to know what they're singing.
Yeah.
It's like super fucking rude.
That's
It makes me feel jealous when I see those videos, and then you go to an NBA
too,
game.
it
It's
does.
like, why are we not?
So-
smoke
But it is
inside.
that-
That's insane.
It's almost because of how not like nationalistic in the way that we think about it, but just like the pride in where they are, and
No, dude.
which part of town they are in, I guess, or police
Yeah,
or
I
army.
mean,
and-
it's not nationalist because it's all Serbia, but it's like,
yeah,
it
not
just-
not to give it the same kind of connotation that we would here.
I
but-
honestly, I've asked a bunch of people, like, how do you choose a side? And it's like, you're just born into it.
I think that,
right,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Like, you
feels-
just show up, you're like, oh, eh. Like, we showed up, when we went for the documentary, we showed up and it
From
was,
birth.
we showed up for the documentary and we got invited to a Red Star match. And,
Yeah.
like, all of our guys that like Partizan were like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We're like, bro, I don't know, it was a free game. I don't know. So...
But you were like sleeping with the enemy.
I guess, but
Yeah.
then now I went to the Partizan, so I got
Right.
come at me, bro. I mean, like,
Yeah.
what am I just? But it was awesome, like that. I mean, that type of stuff is like so cool. I thought when we went to the soccer match, I was like, oh man, like same thing. Like like we're gonna look like fools. Like we don't even know how to do sports. Like these people get it. It's passion. And then I went and I was like, like if we like we're just not unified.
right.
We're just not organized.
They're all doing the same
Dude,
thing.
they all know the songs.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
if, we had,
right.
like, if we had a thing, they do this at soccer matches now, like,
Right.
where everyone sings.
They're singing
like,
a
Yeah.
song.
We've got that. It's just like people don't want to do that. Like,
Right.
I actually love. I went there thinking like, I'm just going to come back and feel bad about the way Americans did sports, but I kind of was like, no, I like how we do it.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah,
Well,
that's
the
kinda-
Avalanche
it's kinda
have
better, I don't know.
what, Blink 182?
Yeah,
It doesn't get any better than that.
Yes, fine.
yeah.
Dude,
As a
hey,
lifelong Avs fan,
we all have some
fine.
apologies to give to Tom DeLonge right now, right? He's clearly on the up and up. He was ahead of all of us.
It's true.
Oh, the aliens.
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Oh, sure.
Oh, is he an aliens guy?
He is.
He was, from what I knew, was the original.
Fine, that makes sense.
Wow, I mean, the
I mean,
original.
okay, fair enough. But at least the one that I knew that was like people made fun of. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, he
If I read
didn't-
that Mad Lib, I'd believe it.
I mean, okay, so I mean, yeah. So let's assume that the thing that was just presented to the world is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Like, he shouldn't have been in on it early.
No.
Wait till people say it's real.
He
dude.
guessed and got lucky. We shouldn't put him on a pedestal. He guessed.
He's probably
and got lucky.
He's probly also into Bigfoot and shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
I think he
absolutely
believes in
not.
all the small things, but
that is.
Nice.
You running bits on the shirt guy from DNVR?
Tough scene.
I do. Okay, so we do have a segment that we do where we kind of like do like Eric versus.
Okay, I'm ready.
And we're gonna throw a few things at you.
I'm ready.
And since we're on aliens,
Sure.
I'm gonna throw a few aliens at you. See
Okay.
how you think you would do.
Oh, like I have to say if I could take this alien on in combat, hand-to-hand combat.
Or maybe like a debate.
Yeah,
However,
I choose the venue. And
I
the,
think maybe you get to choose like some you definitely beat that alien at, maybe something you definitely lose at.
Okay.
You could be like,
okay, sure.
I'd get shit on by the xenomorph in combat, but
Yeah.
put me in a game of Yahtzee with that thing.
Do you feel like you're good at Yahtzee?
Xenomorphs are pretty good.
Best fucking Yahtzee player on this. Never lost. Never lost.
First alien, Eric versus E.T.
Oh, E.T. total puss. At the end
Hometown
of the
hero.
end of the movie was like just through exposure almost died. So, what do you want? Yeah, anything. Yeah, I'll take E.T. down.
Eric 1, E.T. 0.
Yeah, dude. E.T. hangs out in a pile of stuffed animals. Like, come on.
That is very like soft attitude.
Soft, dude. The purest definition of soft.
No. Yeah, absolutely not.
How would you do, Evan? You think
Versus ET?
Yeah.
Oh, give me and my buddies like a bunch of garden tools and that.
Yeah.
So you're just going straight murder.
Weird.
The neighborhood watch
Pickup.
style.
I don't get one-on-one basketball. I don't give it.
Whatever, dude. E.T.'s soft, dude.
All right. What about Eric versus Superman?
I mean, Superman is the most the most ridiculously conceived superhero of all time.
overpowered.
Dude, he can lift the earth. Like, what, he can get me. Oops. The guy that can lift the earth can also beat me. Yes.
Maybe you could make him like a shirt with like kryptonite threaded in it.
Do you know where to get kryptonite? Like,
If Superman's real, there's gotta be kryptonite.
well,
Yeah, that's not fair, right?
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, with kryptonite, he's still like a cut dude.
True.
He's still
He
in
like
great
looks
shape.
at it. It's like
Yeah.
65%
Yeah.
kryptonite. No, thank you.
Well, like, even with without the superpowers, he's just like the most cut guy at your work.
True.
Which he probably beat me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah. Even
He's got a chiseled jaw.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, you could cut diamonds with that thing.
he writes articles.
Yeah, he's
That's
really
so
good writer
hot.
too. Fuck.
He'd be in BuzzFeed.
Yeah, I don't
in a
know if
second.
I'm winning much against Superman.
What do you think his writing style is? Do you think he's like he's
Gossip.
He's just like a gossipy kind of like okay.
Clickbait.
The blog column.
It's like a TMZ guy.
Superman just spreading gossip about like Ariana Grande.
So when he start uses his vision for it.
He like flies in, flies over and uses X-ray vision.
Yeah, his X-ray
Top
vision.
5
Yeah.
circumcised celebrities.
Yeah, just to find out who's dating who.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the local sports guy that chimes in every now and then just so everybody can go, boo, stop, shut up. Let it go.
He's the Kisla.
He's the Kisla. He's absolutely, he's the
of
Anytime
where
that-
does he live in Capital City? Where does he live?
city.
Metropolis.
The Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good on you. Good on you, Soup.
They lose a fizz, whatever their basketball team loses, like the first game in 10 games.
He
and
just flames him.
he's just evidence that such and such, their coach such and such can't take them to the final step. And
just
it's like,
East,
shut the fuck up! Oh my god!
heavy East Coast bias. Just absolute miserable human being.
I do feel like there is like a collective, like, God, shut up! Whenever Kisla pipes up,
Yeah.
on anything.
Well, it's not on. I mean, on Twitter, he's just. That's not. I would say that's not his venue.
I don't think that's his venue. No. I've never. I guess okay. In the very limited online scope, in my, anecdotal observation, hardly do I ever go and see that like, oh, he raises a couple good points.
I know. I'm telling you though, it's just like guys,
he's had the job for as long as
let's
he's
just
had.
say
Like,
guys drinking coffee, they're eating a donut. They're reading Mark Kisla. They don't.
of course, the guy has a career. I'm not going to dog that. I'm just saying the career is built.
Twitter or X is really not his. That's just
Dude,
not his.
my Twitter changed today to X.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's messaging when you messaged me? I was like, what is X? Like, who's messaging me on X? What the fuck?
Yeah, it seems like
What a dirty looking app.
sliding into XTM.
Yeah.
Feels especially.
You're my
dirty.
XMs, dude.
Yeah, it feels like the app you have that secretly allows you to follow all of your exes for like social medias.
Yeah.
Find out who's blocking you on X. Log into X using Facebook, and we'll tell you everyone who's ever blocked you.
God.
Is it no longer going to be called Twitter? Is Twitter done?
No, dude. So listen, like Elon Musk has a grand plan, be it stupid or not. He wants to make like an omnivore type of application that like they have in Asia where people like pay for shit with it. They're like on it all the time. They message and you're just in it all day, every day. So from
wants
that
everything.
standpoint, like here's the thing about Elon Musk is he's not an idiot. He's actually a genius, but he's the worst communicator I've ever seen in my entire life. Like he just does shit and he's like, oh, oops, I didn't mention it to everybody. And we're like, you motherfucker. Like you're just fucking with our shit now. We're on this.
I think
all
that's
the
what
time.
it is. He's
That's
just
what it
fucking.
is.
All right, next alien.
Oh yeah, what's the next alien?
Eric versus Elon Musk.
He is an alien.
Bro.
He's got to be, dude.
No, you don't get to look like that and be from
I think
planet
that
Earth.
I think I could, dude. I've got a very low center of gravity.
Yeah.
He's got a very high center of gravity. I've seen this weird shaped
That
rib
picture,
cage.
yeah. Ooh.
Dude, I would go low on him. I would cut that
Take
man
him
in
out.
half.
Easy,
Yeah.
no, easy.
Doesn't he do like martial arts and shit?
I
though?
don't care. No,
Mark Zuckerberg does
He
because they're
looks
getting ready to fight in the
mixing
cage.
up the reptilians.
you know those them skinny bug aliens from Men in Black.
Yeah, dude.
Elon
but
Musk
right-
looks like their king. That's
Yeah.
what he looks like, the
Ooh.
strongest one of those. But either way,
Bug King.
like one of those bugs that looks like me, that has the same build as me. Yeah, Either way, he's their king. But I think that whole species is a wash, and I think it's.
I'm with it. I'm so glad you guys are in on the idea that Elon Musk is an alien.
I don't think
he's
he's
an
from
absolute
here.
alien. He's an absolute alien.
I don't think he's from here.
Most obvious thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah.
I say this all the time. Dude, I've been saying this for goddamn years. Elon Musk is an alien, and we're going to look back at it like when you look back at the Village People and you were like, oh, they were gay.
Yeah.
And they just got us
But in the time they were like,
introduced to
oh,
them.
man.
These are cool guys. Yeah.
Just out there trolling for
Got
chicks,
good
dude.
rhythm. Yeah.
Just out there. You're
That
like, oh,
Liberace's pretty eccentric.
Yeah.
Sitting there going, oh, shit.
Yeah, it's like not often that Occam's razor is that this guy is literally an alien.
Yeah.
But that's what it is with Elon Musk. That's
Yeah.
the most logical explanation is that he's an alien.
Yeah.
Very much so.
I don't even have an argument against it.
No,
Yeah.
how could you? You
I
look
think
like
the
a
only
fool.
argument is like that's not a person in the sense that like that was a baby and it was had by like a mom and a dad or whatever. That like
you seen
that's
his mother?
That's a test tube gone wrong, and that thing is.
No,
And
have you seen his mother?
No.
She's like
An alien?
She's an alien mom.
is she also an alien?
Dude, she looks like a predator. She looks like she looks like a hawk or something.
They are white,
All right.
white South
And
They
Africans.
could be
so-
just Sith. With the whole his dad was
telling you,
evil,
brother.
and
They-
they might just be hopped up on dark
Next
side
alien.
energy.
Eric
dude.
versus Predator.
Yeah,
Or
Eric versus
Elon
Predator?
Musk's
Oh.
mom.
Oh my god.
his dad looks pretty weird too.
Yeah, man. Like
His dad looks pretty weird too. That's
I don't know. His dad had nothing to do with them. It's all about his.
all
Didn't he write
mom.
those books though? His dad wrote the books about a guy named Elon who would
I don't know all of this.
I know he had a.
terraform Mars.
I know the fun
What?
thing to
Yeah,
say.
he was a novelist, and he wrote about,
God damn it.
and that's why he named Elon.
He's
Well,
an
then there's
alien
the
for
blood
sure.
diamond
dude.
angle
Wow.
on him too. He's got the emerald.
Yeah,
diamond.
they got blood diamond money.
Who the fuck builds rockets?
Aliens.
I'm telling you, like this
E.T.
is,
phone home, dude.
this is like the
lines
further we
we
go
draw
along, you're like, oh, right. Like this
Yeah.
guy is from a planet. It's named X. He's obsessed with X.
Planet X.
SpaceX.
Oh my god,
Planet
dude.
X, Space X, everything's X with this guy. He's trying to get back to Mars. Why is he trying to get back to Mars?
Yeah.
X marks the alien.
Bad
I don't
writing.
like it, dude. We just uncovered something dark,
That's
I think.
bad.
I don't even think it's dark. It's just true.
Yeah, for sure.
He's just an alien.
God damn it.
X Files.
The X Files, dude. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fuck.
Yeah, the dad thing freaked me out about the
I'm
books.
telling you, man. I don't even want to dive any deeper into the story because I already know the answer.
Yeah.
Fair enough. We don't need him coming after us.
No.
That's the last thing.
I don't want to get banned from X, dude.
I got banned from X.
Talking shit to too many Sixers fans.
Yeah, that's my
probably.
fault for sure. But I had receipts going back to 2019, man.
Yeah.
No, listen, I get it.
Those first 2 days of that championship, oh my God. I don't think I've never the things I said.
Opening the receipt drawer was the sweetest. Like that drawer in your kitchen, like the junk drawer, just full of receipts.
I told those people from Philadelphia, I told them to go look at their stupid broken bell.
Yep.
I told them to go build another statue for a fake guy from a story about a fight he lost.
Yeah, you might as well,
I told him to go boo Santa. I told him, oh my God. I think one guy I just straight up said, I was like, cheesesteak sucks, water ice sucks, Wawa sucks, but nothing sucks more than the Philadelphia 76ers.
That'll do it, man. That'll do it. Right to the heart.
Right to the heart. Oh my God. That stupid city.
Heated.
I've never been
You
there in
brought
my
Rocky
life.
into it?
Huh?
You brought Rocky into it?
Yeah, I went for everything. I told them.
We named our mountains after him,
So
dude.
they hadn't hung a banner since the end of the cold. MASH was still on TV. You know that? The last time the Sixers hung a banner. Napster hadn't been invented. Okay.
Wow.
You could bring a toothpaste bottle more than 3.4 ounces on an airplane.
I recently
the last time the Sixers won a banner.
Dude, I recently got my toothpaste confiscated. I didn't know they did that anymore. It was devastating.
It's so embarrassing.
Well, I was like,
Was this for the international flight?
no. It was like to go to, I don't remember where, but I was like, now I gotta buy new toothpaste? Like, this sucks.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to get toothpaste.
It's embarrassing. It's shameful.
Well, I wasn't even embarrassed. I was just like, damn it, I need toothpaste.
I know, and you're definitely not trying to sneak it on, but they make you feel like you are. They're like, hey, what's this?
I mean,
no reason.
I've taken so many tubes
Toothpaste?
of toothpaste onto
Nothing you can
airplanes,
say.
and nobody cares. But when they do, you're like, well,
Nothing you
I
say.
guess I have to buy new toothpaste.
I've been in that situation. You know, you can't say anything. I tried to tell them, like, no, it's
No,
not a
there's no
bomb.
reason.
I wouldn't use
You
toothpaste.
can't say that. You can't say
that.
it's
I
not a
promise
bomb.
it's not a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd use some.
I do want to ask because I know you guys have like the PHNX. You have the
Yeah.
Chicago one. When you're making like a shirt for Devin Booker, like do you cringe a little bit to yourself?
You have to do that.
I do some. But I also have artists I work with.
Oh, okay,
there.
word.
And so the more like displeasurable it gets to me, like the more likely
just
I am to
pass it on.
pass it off.
Yeah.
But I also I want people to have a job and like us to pay their
100%.
That's a good.
salaries.
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm able to get over it pretty quick and just be professional. Of
course.
Yeah.
So, and actually I like when I'm able to make something for another city that maybe I don't, maybe I despise the player.
But they love it.
But they like the
Yeah,
shirt.
yeah.
They can tell that I at least put my effort into it and
Yeah.
that resonates. I actually like that a lot.
Hell yeah.
That's great. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Great way to get feedback from the
I mean,
crowd. Give that crowd any reason to not like you.
seriously,
You know what I mean?
seriously. So yeah.
That's awesome that you do, because you make merch for, you do the designs yourself for a lot of them?
I would say 98%. Yeah.
Wow.
I do. I just do stuff all the time. I'm either making stuff for the network or because I make something and I have to think about how it echoes into eternity and how it how it fits into a system to where this design can then be applied to any of our 15, 20, I don't even know how many teams we have anymore that we represent. And so it's it just is a puzzle and a challenge, and it's fun to be artistic and for me, I just like the aesthetic of sports, and more often than not, I just the reason I started making sports stuff in the first place is because I like it, and I would never find anything I liked. I would always be this is so fucking ugly, or or it's too extreme, or whatever. I'm
Too much.
Yeah, man, I just want something that is. First off, that you can wear kind of to anywhere, because you don't look like an idiot when you wear them. You just you can put a jacket over it. It looks, you kind of dress it up,
Yeah.
Because it's has it's not just I don't know. It's elevated.
It's a cool design.
Yeah. So that just was the whole point. I just wanted to make that because I'm a designer to begin with. I just wanted to make shit that I liked,
Totally.
and then it just now I'm making stuff for Devin Booker. That's how that happens.
Ask you 3 questions.
Yeah, of
So
course.
what was your first design that you made that you were I'm excited about that? That's gonna be
Like a T-shirt specifically.
Yeah. And then I got what's what was the first design that you made that like got traction, that like people were like flooding in, and then what's your favorite one you've done for DNVR so far?
So the first one, so I just like decided I was gonna start. I mean, I always kind of like messed around with like, you know, this could be a sticker or but like I was working at a design agency and I was feeling like not very creative because I was just being, you know, I was just executing things for other people and their visions.
Yeah, the job's put in front of you.
Yeah, so I was like, I gotta start drawing again. Like I feel like my skills are atrophying, so I just started like doing a daily doodle, and then I turned that into like a web comic, and then the web comic got on the front page of Reddit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then I turned that, like I did that for a while, and then I turned that like into like wanting to just make cool like little stickers and things, and then I turned that into being like, okay, I want to make t-shirts. So the first one I made was for the Nuggets. It was when right after the 57 win season when they so I made a Kenneth Faried shirt, a Wilson Chandler shirt, and a shirt that said the Denver Nugs, which was just a basketball holding a joint.
Yeah.
And then and so I sold those outside, and I got it onto like a design blog because I like knew the guy that ran it, and so it sold like pretty well.
Fuck yeah.
And then after,
So that actually was like all three in one.
yeah. Yeah, kind of. There it is. Yeah,
Efficient.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
My favorite one I've ever done for DNVR is the I think it changes, man.
Sure.
It's kind of always like the new one. I really like the 3-headed monster that I did for the Avalanche.
That was great.
I just like that like cartoon style.
My grandpa has I bought him the Gotic.
Hell yeah, dude.
He says that's his lucky shirt.
I love that. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love that. I love
How
that.
do you guys feel about lucky shirts? Like suspicious gear? Because I already this year was like, fuck, what did I
got a
wear
couple,
game
yeah.
3? Because I want to make sure it wasn't the one that I wore in game 4. Like all those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Reading way too much into it.
I wore my Jamal Murray jersey every game since he
Hell yeah.
got injured, so I feel like maybe that
Hell
worked
yeah.
out. Yeah.
That could be a part of it.
yeah.
That Avs run, I wore I think it, going off the color of like, it's either the most biggest knockoff or it's like, it had to be right after they announced the team and just like the logo. Because it's like the bright crimson-ish kind of red they had.
yeah.
Not the blue, the black stripe.
Yeah.
And then it's like a penny. It says
Yeah.
Logo Athletics. And it's
Yeah.
like they just announced the like logo and colors. But
Yeah.
like, I don't even know if it was officially licensed.
That's cool.
But I wore that for the entire Avs run. And like
love
that
that.
was...
My feeling on all this is like you should be as irrational and stupid about sports as possible. Because like that's the point of fucking sports. Sports don't even mean anything. Like we just decide they mean something.
We
Right.
get to.
It's just like it's a guy throwing a ball into something where we decide one of them is cool, one of them's not cool. None of it means fucking anything unless you ascribe the meaning to it. So like
Right.
my feeling on sports is you're supposed to take all of the negative things about life, anger and like weird small feelings of
Frustration.
like envy and frustration, all these bad feelings that do not serve
Inadequacy
you,
or whatnot.
and throw them all into sports and then leave it in sports.
Leave it there. You gotta leave it there.
And then you come back to it. You wear your lucky shirt. You like believe in talismans. Like, all this shit that's like so stupid, but you're like, fuck yeah, I have to.
Yeah.
But then you wake up on Monday. You're like, I have to go to work.
Yeah.
But like as soon as it becomes, I feel like that's the best part when it becomes like a ritual.
Yeah.
When it's like all these pieces that have to be done properly.
Sure.
Oh, dude, that's just how it turns into religion. Like that's all of these things you're supposed to follow, and everybody does it together, and then whatever. Yeah,
It becomes scary.
Yeah, well, but it's like it's important for me. It's like all this shit is like you have to do this, otherwise you put it into religion, and then you kill people.
That's true.
Yeah. So like this is better to be to just be like Jason Tatum's a fucking loser.
Yeah.
When he's not a loser, he's like one of the most incredible people on earth.
No, of course.
But like in the context of sports, like he's a fucking bum.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Joe L. Embiid? Yeah, sure. I've heard of this man. Yeah.
Exactly. The reigning MVP of the NBA.
Yeah,
like,
are you talking about?
Totally.
Oh,
like,
Mr. MVPR. What a great campaign he launched.
I know. But in sports, you're supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be like
That's part
small
of
and
the fun of
hateful.
it.
Yes.
That's part of the fun, especially, and like there is some privilege, I think, in getting up to go and like talk shit with Philadelphia fans.
Yeah.
They're some of the best shit talkers in the game.
I feel like you've
the
chosen your enemy on
Well,
this.
I've chosen several enemies.
I
and
think
that's
they
the thing
chose
in
us,
sports,
to be
don't
honest
they?
with you.
No,
Well,
they chose us.
As far
Yeah.
as I'm concerned, Philly started it. Philly
Yeah.
chose us.
Philly did chill.
I chose the city of St. Louis. That's personal to
Yeah.
me. That's my own.
And we've chosen the Lakers. They don't care about us.
Yeah,
We've
yeah.
chosen the
Although
Lakers.
They do now.
Yeah,
They
they
do
definitely
now.
do now.
But Philadelphia chose us because Jokic kept winning first team NBA over Joel Embiid. So they
Right.
got like out of their minds upset.
There was this narrative they started against us. There was guys with their media guys would get as like petty as saying like they should ban Denver. That altitude's
Oh, the
not fair.
altitude, yeah.
That's not fair. They would the way Philly sports is willing to let it get out of hand is so fun and exciting to play with. What I have also loved is how quickly it's been this like game of like. It's not that deep. I don't even care.
Yeah.
You guys are weird for caring this much.
Yeah.
Oh, the Philadelphia fan is gonna
Nuggets
tell
fans
me.
are weird.
The
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
That's how it works, baby.
There is a Wikipedia page dedicated to the booing Santa incident.
Yeah.
That's exclusive to Philly.
No. Like,
But they get it too in a different way. It's like
yeah.
they're just like hostile because
They're the
it's, like, fun
epitome
to be
of what
hostile.
you're talking
Yes.
about, of
That's
putting it
what
all
they
out.
are.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they are.
Although I will say sometimes it crosses over to their real lives a little.
True.
Not everyone can make this clean division.
True.
Because not everybody acknowledges that this is what it should be.
You did say, and leave it there, and then go to work on
the
Monday.
city of Philadelphia can't do that. They,
There were like some death threats and other things that
Oh, well,
made a
if
few
I think-
few reporters like make their accounts private and stuff. I
that
feel
town
like
has a Crisco line item in the city budget in case they win or lose
Oh,
anything
to
slide
to
up
grease
the
the
pole.
polls,
They had a courthouse in the old Lincoln Field so they could arraign the fans right there. The bar's open at 7 a.m. That town is its own little
Yeah.
goofy monster.
They but they, God bless them. They love sports, man.
Yeah.
The Philly Fanatic is their mascot.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what the fuck is that thing? That's a Philly fan. That's like Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the soul of Philadelphia sports personified.
Although I would say more gritty than.
I'll give it grit. Well, and then what's their other mascot? It's these literal like monsters that are like
Yeah.
It's true. It's true.
Just tweaking out on sports.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think out of all the little moments of celebration that we saw? What was your personal favorite after the championship?
You mean like from the players?
Yeah, and maybe your own personal too, if you want, but from the players.
Well, my personal favorite was when Harrison Wind came back
Oh,
from
yeah.
the locker room.
Yes,
And he
I
just
was
got
watching
mobbed
that.
by a bunch of people. It was like so incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was him. I just saw like a group of people jumping and cheering.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
Just soaked in champagne.
Oh, he was soaked in champagne.
Yeah.
He has the goggles from the
Yeah.
champagne like all cocked to the side on his head. It's like it was amazing. But I loved when Jamal got super emotional.
Oh yeah,
On the
Fuck, man, that was
big
prime.
screen.
big screen, like
What you could see him notice. They're cheering for him, man.
oh, it was just like great. And then you saw Jokic get like really in his element when he was just like fucking around with his teammates,
Right.
jumping into the pool and stuff.
Yeah.
All the rest of it, he's like, whatever. But like,
Mr. Fucking Nugget,
Yeah, for me it was like Aaron Gordon.
oh yeah,
yeah.
the
That's
man
exactly
of the
it.
people,
Yeah.
That's I forgot about
My
that. I don't know
God,
how I
man.
forgot about that. That's incredible.
most ethical
Oh, dude.
championship of all time.
Deeply ethical.
Yeah,
I've never
Well,
in
and-
my life.
You were at the parade.
I was at the parade.
Right.
I almost got in trouble at work because I went to the parade.
Ah.
Yeah, but fuck it. Yeah,
I was there that night, the whole downtown gathering where the people were jumping on the lights and all that chaos. It was pretty crazy.
It is crazy. The one thing I love though is that the city of Denver, they got a bill to fix everything. It was $10,000.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's nothing.
It's not that
It
bad
was
compared to others.
respectful, dude.
That is
Yeah.
a respectful, ethical.
pretty
I
respectful.
saw
Even
somebody
our
doing.
celebration was the most ethical.
I
Even
saw
after the
somebody
ads
like
parade,
go
yeah.
up to a wall and start graffitiing,
Yeah.
and it said "Go Nuggets."
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like it wasn't even like a tag
Or
or
like
anything
F
like
the
that.
police or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
Go Nuggets. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
It was, dude. People were just so hyped.
It was-
Everybody
yeah.
was just having fun.
It was just like
Ethical
like a really good feeling. You know? It
Most
just felt
ethical
good, man.
parade, most ethical.
Like no cars were caught on fire. Like
The
you know what I
Nuggets
mean?
The
parade
one
said
cop did get his
well,
leg
then,
ran
well,
over,
if you want to
but-
talk about ethical,
Well,
the
that
Nuggets
was the
parade.
parade. That was the
Yeah,
parade.
The Nuggets parade said ACAB.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I forgot.
A question we do like to ask.
Okay.
This is like a regular segment that
Sure.
we eventually get to this sometimes.
Okay.
It's going to be for you both. Real quick, what is your favorite conspiracy? Ooh. It doesn't have to be one you even believe in.
You can't say aliens anymore.
Yeah, I feel like we touched that
My
one.
favorite conspiracy.
Oh.
Man, I can't even have it be alien. I mean, I
can
said
have
this
it be
before.
aliens.
I mean, it's like, but my favorite conspiracy is that Hollywood has been used to get people ready
For sure.
to the point where when an alien announcement is made, no one cares.
Oh yeah, and we don't.
Well,
What's crazy is nobody cares.
Well, first, it's because they don't believe it because
we
they've
don't
been
believe
like,
it, but yes.
True.
it's because they don't believe it.
I
Yeah.
did get home from a road trip, and I had my phone on me, but I wasn't really on my phone.
Right.
And when I got home, the first thing my roommate said was, "Did you hear about the aliens?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck did I miss?"
I said no, and then I said I don't care. So I
Right.
think there might be something to.
Yes.
There's like the literal meme where it's like the alien on one side. He's like, "Aren't you surprised?" And the other guy, it's like it's the destroyer. He's got the cigarette. He goes, "Man, I got a lot going on right
Yeah.
now." Like,
Yeah,
that's
what
exactly
it is.
what it
kind
is.
of like as long as it's not a Mars attacks type deal. Like
what I'm saying, man.
they're not gonna let me touch it. I'm not gonna be allowed to see it.
Yeah.
Are we going to be allowed to see it?
No.
What about, like-
if
I
it's
mean,
not a
it's
Mars?
clearly like some sort of psyop at this point. Like
If-
they're not like. I mean, you know, it would. The only thing is it came from external, not internal from the government. Once internal from the government,
Yeah.
they start saying it, that'll be a different story. But
Yeah.
like this guy just in his testimony, which he's not part of the government. I mean, I'm sure this thing falls apart if you dig 1 inch deep, but I don't want him. I don't care. I want to
Yeah.
believe that it's true.
Dude,
Yeah.
it would be so cool. I want to get a photo.
With an alien.
With
Yeah.
the biologic.
body.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
even if,
biological.
Biologic.
Yeah, oh yeah, right, yeah.
what does that even mean? Like a plant?
Exactly.
Something that was living. That could just mean like they found bacteria.
Could be.
Could
Yeah.
be, yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
probably. Like
God, that's
yeah,
terrifying.
yeah, methane spewing. They found the like evidence of like biological chemicals on one of the planets in the solar system.
Chemicals?
I think it make like something was producing methane and
Yeah.
Meth?
right? But
Damn.
careful, Florida man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, this sounds
No,
like a party.
no.
This alien sounds cool as
You're supposed to
fuck.
be Eddie. You're better than this. Don't forget.
Does he have tequila?
Do you think now let's go along the lines that aliens are real. Do you
Yep.
think that there's currently any among us right
Elon
now?
Musk is my whole foundation.
True, Elon
Yeah.
Musk. We already.
There are other guys that
Yeah,
are
okay.
super
What
real.
about like in sports?
Like, I mean, like Adam Silver, probably.
Oh wow, yeah, for sure.
In sports,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of guys that you're like, man, that guy is like not like anybody else. There's like a
I mean,
lot of
isn't
guys.
Jokic a little bit of a
Well, that's what we always call him a space octopus because
Yeah.
he just is like, he does not play like anybody else.
No, he's so
And his arms are just like, they just suction the ball. Like,
right?
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we always call him a space octopus.
Gotta
I don't
be.
think he's an alien.
Yeah,
The only person I'm convinced is Elon Musk.
Elon Musk for sure.
I
yeah,
could be convinced on Elon.
and Adam Silver.
I don't know if Adam Silver's an alien so much as he is.
He's just kind of a puss. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
not exactly the
He's
same.
no David Stern.
I think he's like a Darth Plagueis
Dude.
type figure, as Adam Silver's type deal.
Yeah.
That's why he looks like that.
Hybrid.
I think dark side corruption is real. That's
Yeah.
my thesis. Favorite conspiracy. I think keeping it in line with sports. I think my favorite conspiracy.
Yeah.
I think pick one from the NBA. I think
Oh God.
the mysticism it adds to the NBA, which has to be like it's to some degree intentional. But whether it's whether it's basketball reasons, whether it's Tim Donaghy was the only ref betting on games, whether it's the envelope, whether it's Wilt didn't actually score 100 points, like there are.
Oh, because the footage.
There's no
doesn't
footage of
There's
Yeah.
a box score. There's. But
Wow.
like it adds to this like, and it almost sometimes it like makes you even wonder when like a team like the Nuggets or a Milwaukee Bucks pokes through.
Well, that's what I mean. Like to me, that like dispels the.
Does it dispel it, or maybe they're letting them get one?
But, like, why?
Maybe
Why
it's
would
the
they let
Dallas
them?
Mavericks. The one that I saw
why,
was
yeah.
the what was it? It was the parody between Adam Silver and between
David Stern.
yeah, right. You look
Yeah.
at that. I mean, you know, you can. That's you
Well,
got to
it's ca-
contextualize
It's crazy,
that
like
heavily,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
But
We'll go into a whole different thing if I start talking about that.
but I think you could get into like, yeah, I don't know. It's just the nature of basketball, something like that. It's a sport where your best player gets to take more reps at scoring points
Oh, yeah.
than any other sport, you know. And so there is something that you can have if you have such a depleted field of competition. You could feasibly have a Wilt Chamberlain. You could feasibly have a Bill Russell. You know,
dude.
Right?
I am convinced that Jokic could score 100 points if he wanted to.
If he wanted to, absolutely.
I'm convinced of it.
I'm convinced that he only plays basketball because it's what all his friends happen to do.
I don't even think so. Like, he's just... So Jokic is the youngest brother.
Yeah.
He's got beat up by his older brothers, one of which became a mixed martial artist. Yeah. The other one is just like the scariest guy you've ever seen on earth. Yeah. He looks like just like an Eastern European like gangster. But they're both teddy bears. But they definitely just beat him up his whole life. And then he just got like irrationally tough. Yeah. And he's just like so like he's skilled in a way that doesn't make sense. Like something about the way that his arms and his wrists work. Like he says he just says like he can make the ball go wherever he wants.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like, balance
and you can see it.
Right?
You can see it just go like something about his wrist, the control he has, like
it's like a pool player.
It's unbelievable, but it's in
like,
motion.
how'd you make that shot?
Yeah, but it's just in motion. It's like unbelievable.
Seamless. Flawless.
He's definitely one of the first. I mean, I don't know. At least in my lifetime,
looks clunky.
One
He
of
is
the
clunky.
yeah. He's one of the first guys where like on TV, you'll be like you guys have said, he makes you laugh sometimes.
Yes.
Easy.
But then when you see him live, it's like so much more like. I don't even know how you did that, dude.
That's
like,
why you're
talk
laughing.
about-
You're like, what?
When you talk
was
about
that?
when they talk defenders who defended talk about the frustration of
Yeah.
guarding him, and like feeling like they've done everything they've ever done.
when he first started doing those passes where like he's posted up and then all of a sudden he throws it like over his head to the corner, I was just like, how do you even fucking do
saw
that?
him,
Like,
oh my god,
it's so crazy.
As he moves in the post, like I saw him once against Memphis, and it was like the move he did in the post I saw against Jaren Jackson Jr., where it was like this almost near like 360 one way, and then he goes back the other way, and then he goes underneath the arms, and he comes up. And
The other thing that's so wild about Jokic, if you watch him, he's never still.
No,
he's
true.
Always,
moving.
He's rocking back and forth. Always. He's like,
Oh, it's like a rhythm.
but
it's like a dance that he.
Whatever it is,
keeping
like
himself
he's
in
just like
motion,
not like he's just like
He's not
never
letting the
stands-
other person get
never
set,
stands
maybe.
still.
Yeah.
Never.
he's moving.
Well, that's
too.
how it
He
is in
runs,
martial-
man. He's so fucking big.
martial
he fucking
arts.
runs.
Is that right?
Where you move back and forth and you wait for the next move. It keeps you like on the balls of your feet.
He
You know,
stays running the whole time.
Yeah.
Him and Steph.
it's like an
Curry,
eagerness.
They run around the way they like. I think Steph is zippier. I think he's faster for sure. Of course,
Then
right?
Jokic,
But I think like in terms of like,
That's why we call him Steph Curry.
in terms of like, I don't know. I would let. You know what? That sucked, Evan.
That was bad. Thank you. I was gonna let it go.
I'm moving
but-
on. I'm not spending a lot of time on it. I am recognizing it though. We're moving on, but that's one. That's I'd like to see a heat map of Jokic, and I would wager. I'm sure he's moving around the most compared to some of the guys out there.
I mean, I don't even. He moved like court positionally.
Off-ball,
Court position. He moves, but I'm just saying, like, if you just watch the man, he literally just rocks back.
Sure,
and,
yeah.
There's something about like the construction of his body that like. When the top it's like a ship, like an old ship. Like the mast is like moving, and it makes like it's just like back and forth. Watch him sometimes.
He's on a different gravity. than us.
Never stand still. Never.
Yeah.
He like is unable to.
He's on a different gravity, and
He's an alien.
He's an alien. All right, we're back to the space octopus. I'm in. We're definitely in.
I guess let's see. I guess one of my last questions that I want to ask you: do you have any like shirt designs that you were really excited for, and then maybe because of like a trade or whatever, like you just never got to release it?
Oh man, yes.
Yeah,
Dude, there's been a couple that. Well, the ones that are the biggest bummers is like I'll release something and I'll get cease and I'll get C and
yeah.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, because you were gonna have a shirt in the Nugget store, right? And then because of that same reason,
I don't want to talk about
yeah.
that.
Sorry,
That's all right. I did this whole shirt for Bradley Chubb where when he first got here and it was an astronaut, I had him like I had him doing a sack dance, but like in space, like wearing an astronaut suit. And
That's
it was
cool.
Like, it was cool as hell.
Yeah, and he wasn't down.
No, that's the worst part is that Bradley Chubb asked me to do it because we made a shirt for Philip Lindsay that was like really popular. And he sat next to Philip Lindsay. He's like, oh, damn. And he asked RK, he's like, yo, can you guys make one for me? I was like, yes, no problem.
Right.
So I made one, and then his his management got involved.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're actually trying to launch a Bradley Chubb line ourselves. He has a brand coming out, like one of those like athlete brands.
Yeah.
So we couldn't release it. And then you know who it was? It was David Dahl's wife.
Oh no.
You remember David Dahl, the
sounds-
Rockies,
yes,
player?
Rockies
Yes,
player.
yeah.
She wouldn't let me
That
put
was
it
his-
out.
that sucks.
So and it was like so cool. I was so bummed because I spent so long on it.
Rockies bum me out again.
Never,
fucking
ever,
team.
ever
I
stop. You
hate
see
that
you see what I'm
fucking
wearing?
team,
the,
bro.
the NL West participants.
That's great,
Oh,
man.
This is my
nice.
favorite. This shirt's a big
I-
F you to the Rockies.
God, I hate that team, man.
They've participated every year in the NL West
Every year.
I'm born here, raised here. I hate the Rockies.
because they are failure incarnate.
Fucking
They really
team
are.
so much.
I've been to. I think the Rockies are the only game I've been to.
Yeah,
I guess
It's so
'cause
easy to
tickets
go-
are
It's
Dude, I
so
was-
easy to go to Rockies game.
I was 8 years old at the Matt Holiday Did He Touch the Plate game. I should be a lifelong fan. I hate the fucking Rockies, man.
Yeah,
You are a lifelong fan. It's just you're not a fan of this team.
yeah.
He's right.
Like if they did something to get you back, you'd be back. Me too. I would.
Yeah,
be
if
too.
they made it to the
if they
World
like showed
Series,
like
just,
some 1 ounce of competence, and
That-
like, but right now you're like, bro, I'm not
I
participating
gave
in your
them
Ponzi
I don't know,
scheme.
dude.
Yeah.
That Arenado trade,
That's what I mean.
That
You're-
broke something
that
so
broke-
profound in me. Like they would
That
have
broke everybody.
They would have to get to the playoffs, and I would have to like be certain that this wasn't like the fluke, like get everyone interested for the decade year.
Yeah.
Like I would have to like I don't know that team. I don't go to those games unless someone is bringing me.
Yeah.
I don't. I hate that.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I could go off. It's
Yeah.
we could
No,
do an
it's-
hour on hating.
And it's
the
a weak
Rockies.
ass. I mean, Dinger kind of sucks.
Go back and forth on
God. Do you remember when?
You go back and forth.
Do you remember when?
Conceptually, pretty funny.
You remember when Dinger was on? But do you remember when Dinger was on the screen and a guy said, "Hey Dinger," and they thought he screamed the N word?
Yes, I do remember. Yes.
That's actually the greatest story in Denver sports history. And they did like a Zapruder film over it, and they're like, "Oh,
They did do a whole
Yeah,
like,
he said Dinger.
They're
Yeah.
like, oh, he said
multiple
Dinger.
angles.
They like found the guy, and then they
totally remember
Which is
that.
the whole
funny
thing.
because somebody beat up Dinger, and I don't think we've found
They,
him.
they tackled him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Listen, was it racist? We don't know. But yeah, that was the best thing that ever happened to the Rockies. Hey, Dinger.
Yeah.
Was it racist and like a hey Dino boy?
It took everything in my power not to make a shirt that said "Dinger, please." I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
That'd have been great. Dude.
I know.
I wish you had.
I couldn't have done it through DNVR.
yeah,
but
no.
you guys can make that shirt. Make a
Alright.
"Dinger, please" shirt.
Yeah.
Well,
You just
Evan,
gave us permission.
Yeah.
You can make that shirt, and then if it goes well, I'd
You'll
like to get
co-sign?
in on that. And if
Yeah.
it doesn't, I'll say, oh, well, I
straight-
never
straight-
trusted him, and personally, I never liked the guy.
Or if you want, you can make it strictly for my dingers.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's fine.
I go over so well in beautiful Denver, Colorado.
That's hilarious. Strictly
Beautiful
for my dingers.
65% plus white Denver, Colorado.
Terrible.
Check out this Colorado Rocky shirt we
So
made.
terrible. Yeah, don't make that shirt. You know what? Don't make that shirt.
Just DWA with 4 dingers.
Just dingers. Yeah. Dingers with an attitude.
That would bleed. I can see it now. That would bleed into every sport.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No
we
one-
have to get off this.
we
We have to
would
get off. We have to get off this.
This town would be ruined.
We have to get off this.
All right. That's great. I'm glad I asked that. That would have been
Yeah.
an amazing shirt. to be
I
honest
know.
with you. That would have been
I
the first Rocket shirts I
I
ever
know.
bought.
I know.
Yeah, it could be like bumper stickers even.
I know. Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta move on.
Yeah.
Well, then, yeah, okay. All right. Well, dude, I do want to thank you for coming on.
Of course. Listen, like I'm on the show all the time, and like nobody ever asked me to do anything. So if anybody asked me to do something, I'm like, yeah, of course.
Hell yeah.
Sick.
Why
Hell yeah.
not?
You were a fucking great guest, man. Thank
Yeah,
you so
appreciate
much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Totally.
Yeah. I do want to say, dude, like, I mean, when did DNVR start? Like 2019?
So I think it started.
Like the same year they went back to the playoffs for the
2019.
first time, right?
Yeah, I think so because it was BSN before that,
Right.
and then like Adam came over and we did like the
Stiffs.
rebrand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was 2018.
I will say, dude, like, with COVID and stuff in my own life, like that show has been like a lifeline for me sometimes,
Yes.
dude. Like I feel like I'm hanging out with my homies sometimes.
Hell yeah.
So
You
you
guys-
guys really
Yeah,
do a
you
great
guys
job.
Such a great job of like, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's in the mission statement and everything, but the community
Yes. Yeah.
you've been able to cultivate
Yeah.
is
My son knows you guys.
phenomenal.
I love
I
that.
told my
It's
son you were coming on.
Hell
He's
yeah.
so jealous, dude.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, and it's it literally says diehard fans. It's
Yeah,
like people
man.
that are
It
like
goes,
true
It's-
about it.
It's much it's gone beyond knowing about your favorite team. You've sowed that community aspect.
Yeah, dude. Like
Especially at a point, I feel like in the history of Denver, where a lot of transplants coming here looking for something
Yes.
to belong
I
to.
feel like no one, because of the Comcast situation.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys have really been like, and obviously Jokic and the rise of
Sure.
Iverla, but as far as like media presence, you guys have kind of been like the head of the spear that has gotten people's attention.
know.
Well,
Yeah,
like,
Nuggets 'cause of that.
Yeah.
yes, because like nobody cared enough.
Right.
And we cared when nobody else did.
Yeah, 100%.
And then when it was like,
I
oh, we
remember
have to
listening
care.
to podcasts about like whether or not Ty Lawson was going to be an all-star.
Yes,
Like,
man.
yeah.
I love
Ah,
Ty
they're just
Lawson.
Lawson.
one.
Dude,
They
yeah.
just need one guy to be the
Yeah.
guy. Danilo Gallinari can carry this team. I know it.
Dude, I don't want to talk about that. They could have done. They could have made some noise that year.
Yeah,
That
I
57
agree.
win season.
So could have.
Gallo. Oh, I don't want to
Hurt
talk
his
about
knee.
that. I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Sad stuff.
Then we'll start talking about moles and
Oh
stuff.
my
and-
god.
You guys, oh my god, the change. I remember. I think I could probably find it on my Twitter, but I remember had to be like 17, 18, maybe around then. But I got DM'd by Harrison, and I thought it was a bot because I just saw it. I was like, "Hey
That's
man,
hilarious.
saw you followed. I want to know if you read the." I was like, "This has got to be like some sort of ad or something." And then like a couple days went by, and I got another one from him that was like, "Hey man, I just want to know," and I was like, "Oh shit, that's a real dude."
Yeah.
Like, that's
cool.
the thing though. Is like you guys are.
I mean, come on. We're just literally just guys like you, but we just,
Yeah, right.
we, me especially, like I don't have any reason to be there, but like Adam is like a super talent. Harrison's a super talent. Vogt is a super talent. Dev's literally the
team.
best guy on planet Earth. I love Dev so much. And he's also a super talent. All those guys were just like, they knew each other because they were writing in some capacity. They were all credentialed and they would meet at the Nuggets facility. And, there's like all the, and, like all of the young people that cover the team like kind of hang out and like I'm older than everybody and I have sort of lived like several lives, so I watched them. I'm like, this reminds me of like the way that like comedians talk about like who they all came up together. They all hung out and like who came up together and like so it was like so cool. I just like was I was just kind of around and hanging out with them, and I'm I just like people. I just like joking. I just like joking around with people. So like I would hang out with them and joke around because I like the Nuggets and we were doing stuff. And then now I have no idea how I'm on this goddamn podcast. This one especially, but that one also. Like, but I mean, it's even weirder that I would end up here if you think about it. Like we've never met each other.
That is a great quick because the way I got on this is Dylan was like, Dylan knows I'm a big Denver sports fan, and he hit me up and he goes, "I'm having D-line on. You want to be there?" But like, how is he here? What the hell?
I just DM'd him,
Did
dude.
you just DM him? Like I assume that's what happened.
Literally anyone could DM me. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's awesome. I love Denver. I love Denver sports. I love the community. I like the outside of just like wanting cool shit. Like I also wanted Denver to have cool shit, like sport. So I started making T-shirts for Denver because cities like Cleveland and Boston, they have like a subculture of like cool.
There's a
some
dude in the
iconography.
comedy scene that's starting to do tailgating.
Yes.
Just to like even build that like relationship of
Yes.
like hype and excitement. And
And dude, sports are the best because they unite everybody can find an entry point into sports if you want to. It's like you can look at it like through numbers, you can look at it through pure passion, you can look at it through just
there's
being like,
numbers. There's stats nerds out there that just love that kind of.
Yes, and then there's also like Cro-Magnon guys that just like want blood, and like there's like just
Gamblers.
super action guys, gamblers. There's narrative people. There are people that literally
love
like
the storyline or the plot.
any way that you want to.
The narratives in sport. Come on, they got
Yeah,
a whole,
or like a personal character.
It's
Like you meet somebody, you watch somebody play in high school, and then you see them in college, and then because I come from Florida, the South, where like college is everything.
Yes.
And high school is just as big. Where like the
Yes.
whole town shows up for high school games, and like if you go to a certain school, it's like, well, you're not going to go to that school, and it's like based off of a high school rivalry that they had in like '85 or something.
Yeah, man.
Like that kind of heated attitude, it is kind of awesome.
Yes. So, and then it can be representative of your entire life, where you're from, your city, your whatever. Like you can
An identity.
Sports fit into whatever wherever you want them to, and like which is why they're important. I mean, they literally serve no function, and they're not important except for the most important thing. Like somebody told me that one time. They were like, if you told me sports were the least important or the most important thing on earth, I would say you were correct.
You're probably right. Yeah, no.
And like that's why it's awesome, because it brings people together. That's where you get the community. It's like everybody can sort of find a common ground, but then it's like, hey, we like the Jokic is dope.
Yeah.
Then you like meet a lot of cool people. Like everybody that I've met through doing this has been like awesome. Everybody,
100%.
100%. Love it.
Except for the Philly fans.
Well, we
Even
hate
them, dude. I'm telling you, like, that's the wildest
No,
thing.
I need that. Like,
Even
yeah, we
Spike
need an enemy.
Esteiner,
Yes,
come
even
around.
that, dude. Like even like you, like Adam, like
fun.
knows him. Like,
Yeah.
They, and he's just like he just likes to troll. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, he's doing his job.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, it's what he's doing. Yeah,
Totally.
That's the fun. It's fun to have an enemy.
It's true. It's true.
Okay, wait. Oh, perfect. All right. I just visited Mount Rushmore.
Okay.
Right?
How disappointed were you?
Pretty disappointed, honestly.
sucks.
It's way smaller than you can think it's gonna be.
Yeah, you can almost like hike right to it. It's
Yeah.
right there, and it's
Yep.
just a bunch of rubble behind it.
Yep.
Below it. But what if we could
Oh, the Mount Rushmore
of
Denver sports?
enemies?
Of enemies.
Of Denver
Enemies.
sports
All right.
enemies.
We were just saying, like, we got to pick our
the
enemies.
Mount Rushmore of Denver sports enemies.
Okay. Number one.
Wait, we were called the Thuggets, right? At one point,
Well, hold on. Do we do this for all Denver sports, or do we have to do one per big? I think
I think it's just all Denver sports.
Yeah.
Denver sports enemies. Let's.
There was somebody that I felt like left the team that I remember you
Bones?
saying. Maybe.
I don't think.
No, that's not a. He's not a Mount Rushmore. I'm thinking when I think Mount Rushmore, I'm thinking like Avs Red Wings rivalry. Like,
Yeah.
give me
Raiders. What about Gronk? Not Gronk. Romanowski.
I know he switched sides,
He went to the Raiders.
and now he's like does color for them.
Does he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
He's
fuck
deep.
him, dude.
He's deep.
Romanowski?
But he's just like who
He's
cares?
cool, though,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brady that spot up. That's
Yeah,
hated
I
Brady.
would say
Brady,
Well, I might give it to Mahomes now.
Yeah. We
I
always
think-
beat Brady.
I think
though.
all time. I think Mahomes will get there for sure. But I think all time though. I think do you get
It might
that?
be like Kobe.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking,
might
do you
be
give
like-
it to Kobe too?
It
For
might be
multiple
Brady or
reasons.
Kobe.
Yeah.
It's either Kobe, then Brady, or Mahomes.
You got to give a. It's got Brady, Kobe. Do you get someone from that Red Wings rivalry's got to get up there?
What about leadership from Rockies?
you
the
can put Dick
Montforts?
Montfort on the fucking Denver Mount Rushmore of sports enemies.
That's actually pretty good. I might do that.
Dick fucking Montfort on there, yeah.
Just the Rockies are the biggest enemy of themselves.
Put the whole entire franchise up there, yeah.
Dinger up there, goddamn
Put
it.
fucking Dinger, yeah. You know what? Put Dinger and put a rooftop bar on top of his head.
And then who would be the third? So it's presuming it should be for one from each sport, right?
Yeah.
So,
Presume, or just like in terms, like, is there a guy who has an argument? Like, that you could make the argument for Mahomes and Brady, two from the Broncos. The Red Wings as a whole, I think, need to make it up there.
it's like
'cause
Chris Draper.
It's got Chris Draper. It's you could go with Osgood. You could go with Vernon. You could go
Yeah,
with
dude.
Stevie Y. You could go with
Oh my God.
Detroit. Will say Claude.
Oh,
Lemieux.
what am
That's
I talking
interesting.
about? No, dude, it's Todd Bertuzzi.
It's Todd fucking Bertuzzi in a nutshell. Yeah.
Goddamn Todd
It's
Bertuzzi.
Todd, dude, we boo his fucking nephew when he comes to town to this day. Wow. The name is hallowed.
Yeah, dude. It's
said
cursed.
blue.
It is cursed.
Bertuzzi name is hallowed. There was a whole fucking lockout. We had a
Yeah.
whole year to forget about hockey. We remember we hate Todd Bertuzzi, though,
So-
that's for sure.
so the
he
official-
played for the Wings, too. Put him up there,
Yeah,
yeah.
man. So to pull out the chisel, we're doing it. We're locking it in.
It's got Monfort's Todd. How do you say his last name?
Todd Bertuzzi.
Todd
Bertuzzi.
Rat fucking bastard Todd Bertuzzi.
Then it is Kobe Bryant. Has to be.
Yeah,
Kobe,
it has to
yeah,
be
I put
Kobe,
Kobe up
yeah.
there, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it could be Nurkic, but he's lost.
Nah.
He's lost too much steam. Hasn't done anything with
Could
it.
have
Yeah.
done some. Could have been.
Kobe, and then either Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes.
But you're leaving Dinger off.
Well, the mom. It's just
he's
all
up
things
there.
for
He's
us.
It's
yeah.
built on the rooftop bar from Coors Field.
I feel like it can't be Brady. I mean, I get because I hate Tom Brady too, but when we
Well,
were
he's just, like,
contending,
not-
we always beat him. I feel like
It's true.
We
and
did
we're,
get
and we're
to
also
beat
like
him,
we're
yeah.
kind of like past the. He's like not like
I feel like
dangerous anymore.
if he hadn't to come here, it would have been Peyton Manning because he would always beat us.
He beat the shit. out
I
of
remember
us, dude.
sitting in like a
He beat the shit out
fancy
of us.
Italian restaurant in Canyon City, watching Peyton Manning just destroy us in the playoffs.
In every feasible way, he
yeah,
Wow.
insane.
Well, that one's a real.
maybe
Torn.
Brock Osweiler should he be up there?
No, Brock, come on, dude.
That's funny.
There's not been a player for the Broncos that have just fumbled so many times.
Well,
that
it's
you're
Raheem
like,
Moore.
It's
Raheem
Moore. I was about to
Moore,
say,
yes.
Raheem Moore, if you're putting
Yeah, if we have to choose from our own squad, this is a dark list.
dark fucking list, yeah.
It's just like who we hate that was on our team.
Raheem Moore,
Yeah, Raheem Moore for the
I forgot
Broncos.
about that. Yeah.
Raheem Moore for the Avs.
The Avs. it
Anthony
would be-
Carter for the Nuggets, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I give it old Jose 3 or 4. God or Peter, but we hated that gold tan of a boot eye Theodore. I remember that.
Theodore, but he ended up being good, dude.
He did, but he had a reputation. It was the thing. Anytime
There's just not like we haven't
it 3
hated
or
any.
4?
We haven't hated any of our Avs.
there's been
Right.
disappointing Avs.
Yeah, we haven't hated
No,
any.
we've
Avs.
never hated that. Like,
Dude, the Avs came in. They came on a golden cloud of victory.
easy, you know. Yeah.
They won the first year they were
Peter
here.
Buda, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
That's crazy.
The Avs have never fallen. Like people they don't watch them mainly because they can't.
Right.
But also just like you kind of lose touch a little bit. But nobody's ever just like, oh, that the Avs.
Yeah.
Like,
Not like the Rockies.
not
yeah.
like the Rockies.
Yeah.
well, the Avs were the
Rookies.
The worst thing you ever. You never want to be in sports. That was mediocre for the longest time.
Yeah.
average.
They had that Joe Sacco behind the bench.
Poor Joe Sacco. That wasn't his fault though.
It wasn't his fault, but Jesus Christ, those years. I remember
bad.
Celebrating Paul Stastny 50-point bombs for the
know,
season,
but
being
the-
like, they
the-
could just make that.
But the thing is, they're already back.
I know.
They're already
It's
back.
fine. I'm not mad. I love it. No, don't get me wrong. Like the Avs are my sports
Yeah,
first love.
dude.
That was our.
Why? What happened with the guy going missing?
No one knows.
Yeah, Nichushkin.
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know, man. I don't know. The NHL as a
Bro.
whole has kind of been a shit.
We
show.
really don't know. We know more about
We
aliens
don't
than we know
know.
about this guy's.
We know the same amount.
We know the same. That's so true. Yeah.
Like there's we allegedly heard what happened to him.
We don't-
We have no idea, dude. He disappeared to Russia? Question mark. We don't know.
He will be back next year.
Do we?
I think that's what they said. I see someone like, oh, man,
Brother,
we're
all I
planning on
know
having
is that
training
like
back
the
here.
Avs guys were like, man, we gotta make an Nichushkin shirt. We've gotta make an Nichushkin shirt. I was like, okay, fine.
And then he
so
disappeared.
I made the choo choo train shirt,
Right.
and then he disappeared from Earth. I was like, well, how did you convince me of
Maybe
this?
he's one of the biologics they recovered.
I was like, is he the guy? He's the guy on the plane. Like that motherfucker's not real.
yeah.
It was Nichushkin.
Had to
The
be.
whole time, Nichushkin.
Yeah, that's nuke.
He's blinking from side
I
to
don't
side.
It sucks being a hockey fan. It's great being a hockey fan. It sucks that the NHL's in charge of showing you hockey. That's
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, every sports league sucks.
yeah, but I don't know, man. Maybe we'll get Creed at this year's All-Star game. That'll get everyone jazzed again.
Yeah, I think that's a tough. That's
Maybe
a
they'll
tough
get
market.
the
man.
Penguins of Madagascar to do something
Yeah.
digitally projected on.
Well, listen, if Pittsburgh's
I hope they're not listening.
guess what? They're not.
That's it. Therein lies the problem.
Hockey's always seemed weird because it's always felt so foreign to me as someone from Florida.
Yeah.
It wasn't like ever anybody was doing it, but then the Lightning would just crush.
Yeah.
Get the light, or you get an occasional John Van Beesrug or this year's Florida Panthers.
Yeah. Totally. So it made no sense to us.
Once a decade, the Florida Panthers.
We were just
like,
good at it.
Go off in their own little way.
Yeah, dude. There's always a Southern team that's great. It's like
What?
Carolina or Florida or
yeah.
Tampa Bay or like one of these teams. You're like,
That Tampa Bay.
come on, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah.
What-
Bay.
They sweat on the way from the parking lot into the building.
There's no greater insult to the great sovereign nation of Canada
And have a team in Tampa.
than like they're like, oh, Montreal can't really support a team, but Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
There's like
Buddy,
so
we-
many squads, so many towns that just don't have teams in
We
Canada.
put the
We're like,
fucking Phoenix Coyotes
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
same stadium as the Arizona Sun Devils.
Yeah.
And they struggle to sell tickets. Quebec City is sitting there with a state-of-the-art,
yes.
ready to go
Yeah.
stadium. And the Coyotes are struggling to get college kids to their ASU fucking
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Poor
stupidest
Canada.
fucking league in the world.
Poor
I
Canada.
know. It's insane.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
That's fair. Anyway.
That's sports.
Hell yeah. Should we do like a little bit of plugs?
Yeah, let's do some plugs.
Nice. Okay. Do you want to do? Well, at least for myself, Slaughterhouse Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe and like and all that shit. It helps it in the algorithm. So don't Don't
What
hesitate
is
to
it?
do it.
You're swallowing this plug. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, too fast.
No, what is
you gotta
Slaughterhouse
settle it
Studios?
Oh, good point.
Give me
All
the
right.
plug, dude.
All right.
Plug me.
Slaughterhouse Studios, the only podcast network with random comedians in Denver.
There's the caveat.
Slaughterhouse Studios.
We had a pack.
We have Yikes with Hannah Popkin and Kelsey Rosen.
We have
Misinfomercials with Jeremy Cash
Yeah.
and Corey Stevens.
There you go.
We got
Permanently Unengaged.
Permanently Unengaged every once in a while with Evan Fitzgerald and
Laura Lunston.
Laura Lunston.
Yeah.
You're not fiance.
Which I should have fucking proposed this last weekend,
You
dude.
should
I
have proposed.
Do it right now on the podcast.
Yeah,
on the
bring her in.
podcast.
Bring her in.
I might do it tonight.
You should.
I'm picking her up from the airport.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Dude, it does seem kind of
You should
romantic.
have done
right?
it with Abraham Lincoln looking down on you. That would have been nice.
I would have
but-
been tight.
Play some jazz.
But I think the biggest draw to Slaughterhouse Studios right now, though, is obviously Roast Battle Denver. So
Yeah.
that's on there as well.
100%. The
Yeah,
road
yeah.
to the
best
championship.
roast battles in the goddamn country.
It's so fun.
I'll say it. Stake my name on it.
It is so exciting. Hell yeah. And then we're on YouTube, Spotify, all platforms.
Cool.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Thank you guys for helping me through that.
Yeah. Do you want to
We'll
play
work on elevator
DNVR?
pitches next
Oh
time.
yeah, check out DNVR, All City Network. We're expanding. We're adding new networks here shortly. We're gonna launch All City as its own like national network. We'll have like national level podcasts coming out.
Nice.
But in the city of Denver, DNVR is the spot, like you mentioned. We've got a podcast for every sport. So
Great bar.
got a great bar that like on game day is like the spot to. It's like
never seen
it's like
anything like
officially the only Nuggets bar I've ever heard of in my entire life. It's like legitimately a Nuggets bar. But yeah, thednvr.com. You can find all of our podcasts. Just say DNVR and then the name of the team: DNVR Avalanche, DNVR Broncos, DNVR Nuggets, etc., etc. Check us out.
Hell yeah. Then I run shows under Cloudy Eyed Comedy. We got August 18th at the Coffee Joint. We have a show that night, and every ticket, $4.20. You get a vape pen from Eureka Concentrates.
Whoa.
Yeah, for free.
Hell
so it's like a $30, $60 offer for $4.20. So that's August 18th, and then I run a weekly show / open mic at Howie's Ralston Lounge in Arvada. So,
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Evan.
One of Denver's open mics of all time, I would say, actually.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
It is
Quite
fun.
the time.
It is a fun
it's
time.
real fun,
It is a
especially
fun
when the
time.
Banditos come and hang out. That's a good time.
The Bandito.
Yeah.
I know. I made a
motorcycle
mention
club.
of the motorcycle sounding like farts.
Yeah.
And it did not please
Yeah.
that crowd.
I bet.
They were like, farts? What are you talking? I'm like, dude, that's the silliest sound I want to. Farts?
Check out Learning in Denver on Instagram. Learning in Denver.
Recently in Austin.
Recently coming back from Austin Sketch Fest. It's the only sketch comedy show where we get to learn something.
Hell yeah.
And we're always releasing sketches about all sorts of topics like, dancing or food.
Health?
Or health. Anything you could think about, we'll learn about it. We'll write something about it. Maybe we'll make the puppet talk about it. Digital sketches, live shows, touring shows. Follow it on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Old Bay Seasoning Official. Super funny. Just a great Insta handle. And I
Hell
just
yeah.
like plugging it when I get the chance.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
I've gone to every learning, I think, since it started, other than Austin. But yeah, it is a blast.
It is a blast. Thank you. That's wonderful. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Thank
All
you
right.
again, Eric.
Yeah, thank you
thank
so
you.
much, dude.
My pleasure.
This was a
Mr.
lot
Denver.
of fun.
Let's go.
D-line. Thank you, man.
Hell yeah. Recreational Outrage. Goodbye.
Bye.
Recreational outrage. Recreational